What's going on today, guys? It's your girl Dev, and today we are talking about LilDev My Jumper. We have made our final jump, as you can see in the video. The final jump was actually quite exciting. At first, it was very chaotic because we had more than 100 people jumping, so you have to create multiple alliances, and everybody was going to different zones per the alliance that they were assigned to. It ended up working out, and things went quite smoothly after that. There's a lot of content here, a lot of it's going to be sped up because it was quite a lot of time that went into this, and you'll get to see kind of how it went for me. So guys, strap in and let's go for a ride. Alright, so as you can see a little bit earlier, I did use a lot of speed ups, but one thing I made sure of is that I waited for those helps from my alliance members because that will reduce the amount of time it takes for those things to complete. It wasn't a lot, but anything is better than nothing, especially for your free-to-play players. I did have to open up an alliance in order to get members in. You can see their activity here, which means that they're going to provide you a lot of helps. And those helps are really crucial early on to help your upgrades. One of the things that our jumper group did is we actually assigned a code word so that you could get in the alliance, which will guarantee you a spot. We used apple juice. Now that code is not voided out and you can't use it to get in, but it was at that time. And it actually worked really well for us because we were able to differentiate between other jump groups and other members that are solar jumpers. Our jumpers were a priority, so we wanted to make sure they got in first. I did end up opening up some resource boxes because I felt like it was needed because I needed to open up the rest of the map, and I figured if I'm not going to do it, why not do it now? I gave me some free stuff, and that's always really good. I did not loot all the caves in my previous kingdoms because I wanted to make sure I could get those maximum rewards. I did end up clearing a little bit of the map at this time, and I also did send my gatherers out because I figured my scouts are out, I've uncovered some of the map, and now it's time to gather some resources while there's still some available before everybody else spawns in. I went ahead and did check out to see if there's any events coming up, and it looks like the calendar is pretty cleaned. So we gotta wait until Sunday for more of the events to show up, which is fine. I did do some upgrades, helps. I did make sure that I click on my city hall and hit the upgrade button, so I'm only upgrading what is required. You don't want to update anything else that's not required because then you're using those speed ups on things that you didn't need them to use them on. Alright, so the last thing I did really on this jumper was upgrade my VIP. The VIP is really important because you get some free things from the VIP store. I used the gems to do it because I knew it would have been really hard to get those VIP points. So it was important for me to get to 6. You get a free builder's queue at 6. And that way, I'm getting also free rewards from those little chests that you get every day. I really do think that this was a good effort for free-to-play players. Those that spend any kind of money are going to have an easier time upgrading their VIP. For us free-to-play players, we are going to have to use gems if we want to get those better rewards. Now, I did do this a few days before reset because the VIP resets for me Sunday evening, or essentially Monday UTC. I went ahead and opened it, and I got some few rewards from that, from going from there. I get action point pots, 5-minute speed ups, some stars, and some gold stars and silver stars. That's kind of cool, right?
Alright, so let me talk a little bit about my account and what I did. I did something a little bit differently, more of a test, because I wanted to see how far I could get. So I went ahead and used every speed up I had for universal and building. Now this is something I wouldn't normally do, but sometimes in order to be in the higher alliances, you will need to push technology and building and power. So I will show you what I have left. I do have very little resources, very little speed ups left, as you can see. Got a bunch of universals and some training speed ups. So we'll push that in another event. I'm going to wait till I'd like to have T4, but it will probably be T3 until we get to zone. Okay, so I did make it to 487k. I just recently hit CH 15 because I opened up my gold keys and I got a ton of speed ups. I didn't have any come day one. And I do know that they were highly encouraging people to power up quickly, so that's what I did. I was able to get all the way from 160k power when I jumped to this kingdom to 450. So that was a pretty decent jump. I'm really excited about that high power jump, especially for free to play, because it allows me to stay in the stronger alliances. I am going to constantly try to speed up train troops, so that I can continuously increase my power. I'm going to show you a little bit about the events that you can experience coming into a new kingdom. So again, we've got the Rise of Kingdom event. If you did a middle jump, some of these things are already going to be unlocked for you, and all you have to do is go ahead and claim it. Again, do not claim the final reward chest in a middle jump. If you're watching this from a middle or beginner jump, do not claim that chests are here at the top right, because if you do, you will not be able to gain any more points to get to 100. You'll be maxed out. Looks like I need to gather some stone. But so as you can see here, not that bad, right? So I feel like this is pretty decent. Okay, as you can see on the calendar, I actually have a Lohar event, so it's pretty cool. It's a 4-day event here in an early kingdom, technically 5 days, but we'll say 4 days. Because you can get Lohar buckler necklaces. I'll actually open a few so you can kind of see what the rewards are like. Here we go. I've got 40. That's not bad. Normally I wait till I get 100, but I do want to show you what I have. So I did not get a blue buckler, which is, so the longbow, and then there's a buckler, which is a blue one. I did not get him, but look, I got some speed ups. That's pretty cool. Some resources and some gems. So there's 70 gems right there for free that I got for killing a barbarian. And our barbarians do sometimes give gems. I don't think I had any in a while. They do give speed ups, and there, see, a free gem. So even while killing barbarians on the map, I can still get gems from that, but I get an additional when I kill during a Lohar event. Getting those Lohar necklaces is extremely important. So if you haven't done so, you need to do it. Let's go back to the event page. Who will reign supreme event? So that is pretty much tracking everybody's power in the kingdom and where they are currently in the power ranking. So that's kind of cool. It gives you some legendary commander sculptures really early on. Don't know how new this is, but this was not here when I did this. I don't think we're going to do that bad. We're not going to get rank 100, that's for sure. We're 372, so that's not too bad. Okay. Alright guys, so we're going to do one more thing before we close this out. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the reason why we selected this kingdom in particular. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out of my map. Alright, as you can see here, there's a bunch of new kingdoms that spawned. When we did our mid jump, we actually went to 1865. Not the choice I should have picked, because that kingdom map was the same map that we were in 1601. If I was thinking about this process a little bit differently, I should have went to 1864. And that is because the maps go in sets of 4. So 65 and 1869 will have the same exact map type, and then it just goes in by 4. So 65, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 going back down. Alright, so we're going to go down to kingdom selection. Right before this kingdom opened, we did have just under a day left on our beginner's teleport. It is really cutting it close when you do that. It seems like Lilith does have a pretty decent schedule on when they drop new kingdoms. It does vary. It's not perfect. It's based on how often they get full, and sometimes they drop 2 at a time. It's been a while since I've seen them drop 3, but the standard's been 2. At one point it was 2 days between drops. You just need to really focus. If you're a jumper, it's good to keep an eye on these kingdoms and when they open. The goal is for a jumper group to be the first ones in and start boosting in power.
Okay guys, that wraps it up for this video. It was really exciting during this final jump because I definitely learned some stuff about it, and I remembered how chaotic it can be jumping into a new kingdom. It was a lot of fun though, and being able to see all the new cities on the map, it was kind of cool. Now I did cover a few things about the events and how I did my speed ups. Now this is just the way that I did it, and everyone's gonna have their own way, but this way works for me, so I did it like this. One of the things I did talk about was the events that you're going to expect from when you start in the new kingdom. Just make sure you kind of follow to it, and remember not to claim the stuff too early because you won't be able to claim it when you get to your final kingdom. But after your final kingdom, it's game on. Now if you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and to subscribe so you can get more content like this, and drop a comment below and let me know how I did and what you want me to see do next. But for now guys, just keep it real.